right, Eric, let's dive right into it. When we talk about foundational health, the first thing that comes to mind for most people is nutrition. And honestly, it's no wonder. What goes into your body is, directly fueling everything you do, physically, mentally, emotionally.
Right, and I think for a lot of folks, it's the simplest thing to overlook or, well, complicate more than necessary.
Exactly. And that's where the magic of simplicity comes in. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. A balanced diet, think fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, can make a world of difference. For example, did you know omega-3 fatty acids are not only good for heart health but also for your brain? They've been shown to reduce inflammation, which can have a profound effect on mood and cognitive function.
That's fascinating. So having a tuna sandwich is doing more good than people might think, huh?
Haha, exactly. Though maybe let's hold the extra mayo, but seriously, I had a patient once, I kid you not, who swore up and down bacon-wrapped hot dogs were his way of eating healthy. He said, "Doc, it's protein." I had to gently, guide him towards some tweaks like grilled chicken and veggies. A few weeks in, he came back and was like, "I feel like I've gained superpowers." That's what just getting the basics right can do.
That's hilarious and relatable. Nutrition's one part of the puzzle. Let's talk about moving around, though.
Absolutely. Physical activity is the other cornerstone. Regular exercise isn't just about looking good. It's strengthening your heart, your lungs, and even your mental health, thanks to those delightful little endorphins. You don't need to be a professional athlete to benefit. Simple things like, walking, jogging, or even gardening can make a huge impact.
Oh, I can vouch for that. A few months back, I decided to squeeze in some short walks between recording sessions, and I swear, my energy levels shot through the roof. I was focused, sharp, even when, editing for hours. Just walking. Who knew?
Exactly. It's those hidden perks. And hey, it's not just exercise alone, it's also hydration that keeps all the gears running.
Wait, so skipping water is worse than skipping the gym?
Well, I wouldn't recommend skipping either, but hydration is huge. The body is, about 60% water? Hydration impacts digestion, body temperature, waste elimination, basically all functions. Even mild dehydration can mess with focus and energy levels.
Okay, so what do you recommend? Is it all about gulping 8 glasses a day, or?
Good question. It's not one size fits all, but a smart approach is drinking when you're thirsty and keeping water accessible. Just as an example, I start each morning with a glass of water, sometimes with a splash of lemon for a little zing. It gets things going,
Lemon water, classic. I need to try that.
Give it a shot. It's refreshing and starts you off hydrated. And these little habits, they're the foundation that add up to a massive difference over time. Building on those small, impactful habits, let's shift to another critical pillar of health, sleep. It's astonishing how many people try to function on 5 hours and a pot of coffee thinking there won't be repercussions.
Guilty as charged. I had one of those late-night editing marathons recently. And let's just say I wasn't exactly sharp the next day.
Haha, I bet. That's the thing. Sleep deprivation doesn't just leave you groggy, it impacts your immune system, your memory, your whole, ability to function. Studies show that even minor sleep deprivation can lead to cognitive impairments and even mess with your emotional balance. Ever notice how everything feels 10 times more dramatic when you're running on fumes?
Oh, absolutely. Small problems become catastrophic, like spilling coffee and suddenly it's the end of the world.
Exactly. That's your brain saying, "I'm operating on low fuel, cut me some slack." So my advice, set a consistent sleep schedule. Your body loves routine, and create a restful environment. Ditching electronics before bed helps too.
So no scrolling social media at 1 a.m.
Not unless you want your brain wired instead of tired. Now here's the thing, sleep's also tied to stress, which makes, stress management another big one. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on your health, physically, mentally, the whole package.
Makes sense. Stress feels so intangible, but it definitely shows up physically. Isn't it like you get headaches, upset stomachs, all that fun stuff?
You're spot on. Stress manifests in all sorts of ways. Tight shoulders, persistent fatigue, even things like skin breakouts. And here's what's interesting. Simple, beginner-friendly techniques can help. Mindfulness apps, 5-minute relaxation exercises, these small actions can make a big difference.
Any personal go-to tips?
Actually, yeah. A quick 5-minute desk stretch routine can do wonders. Just standing, stretching your neck, rolling your shoulders, bam, tension gone. It's like hitting a reset button, especially in the middle of a workday. I recommend everyone tries it. It's free, it's easy, and it works.
I love that. Simple and no excuses. So how does stress tie back into mental wellness?
Great question, Eric. Mental wellness and physical health are two sides of the same coin. Stress doesn't just cause physical symptoms. It also affects emotional resilience, mood, even social connections. That's why working on emotional health and building strong relationships is so important. It's all connected.
You're saying like make time for friends and family?
Exactly. A strong social network can actually buffer the effects of stress. Plus, it helps you feel connected, supported. Having meaningful conversations, engaging in your community, it builds resilience. You feel stronger emotionally. And that translates to physical health. It's, a win-win.
It all comes back to balance, huh? Mind and body working together.
Absolutely. When you prioritize mental wellness alongside physical health, you're building a foundation that supports everything else in your life. Restoring that balance, it's fundamental to real, lasting wellness. Speaking of balance, Eric, let's dive into how small habits can build that foundation. So many people think they need to completely reinvent themselves overnight, but honestly, it's the tiny, consistent changes that create the biggest long-term impact.
Like what kind of little changes?
Well, take hydration, for example. Just keeping a water bottle nearby and sipping throughout the day can do wonders for your energy, focus, and even your skin. And when it comes to nutrition, adding 1 serving of vegetables to your meals, just 1, can slowly transform your whole diet over time. It's about consistency, not perfection.
Makes sense. I feel like those small wins are super motivating too, right?
Exactly. And here's a trick. Link these new habits to your existing routine. For example, have your glass of water right after brushing your teeth in the morning. It's all about building momentum,
I love that. So let me throw this at you, Doc. What's a health myth that drives you up the wall?
Oh, where do I start? One of my favorites, or I should say least favorites, is the idea that drinking more water means you'll spend half your day running to the bathroom. Sure, there's an initial adjustment, but your body adapts over time. It's a minor inconvenience for major benefits. Trust me on that one.
Got it. Any others?
Oh, absolutely. How about the idea that skipping meals is a great way to lose weight? Big myth. Skipping meals can mess with your metabolism, make you overeat later, and even impact your mood. I once had a patient who'd skip breakfast every day and then wonder why they were crashing by 11 a.m.
And let me guess, they also thought coffee was a food group.
Haha, exactly. But when we worked on a plan that included a balanced breakfast, a little protein, some healthy carbs, they noticed their energy levels stayed steady and the midday crash disappeared. Simple changes make all the difference.
All right, Doc, so as we wrap this up, what's your top advice for people aiming to build that vibrant, fulfilling life?
Great question. Here's my take. Start small, be consistent, and don't be afraid to experiment. Focus on foundational habits, hydration, nutrition, sleep, and make them work for your lifestyle. And remember, health isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. Celebrate the wins no matter how small, they add up.
I love that. It's like you're saying health is a journey, not a sprint.
Exactly, Eric. It's all about sustainability. And hey, before we go, I just want to remind our listeners, big changes start with simple steps. So find one small habit to focus on this week and build from there. You've got this.
Well said, Doc. And I think we both owe it to ourselves to keep walking the talk. Maybe I'll finally give that lemon water a shot tomorrow morning.
Ha. There you go. Start hydrated. Stay empowered. Eric, this has been a lot of fun. And to our listeners, thanks for joining us. Build those foundations, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.